We are trying to see how to create an ecosystem so that the new aircrafts which are required by our FTOs in the country, they also can find an ecosystem to get manufactured here. So that is something we are in the process of modulating some kind of assistance, so that the manufacturing ecosystem for trainer aircrafts, because you all know that for Make in India aircraft, there is a lot of focus from the ministry. We want to make a civilian Make in India aircraft. And one progress that we have made is the C-295 military aircraft, which is getting assembled in Vadodara. And the first one has already come out, and very soon it is going to be certified. So that is a big step for us in our manufacturing aircraft ecosystem in the country. But while we are doing that, we also want to establish aviation manufacturing ecosystem for seaplanes and also for trainer planes. So that is going to give a big boost for all of you who want to bring in new planes into your ecosystem. So that is something which the ministry is also giving a lot of focus on. And to be honest, you would have all been worried about the rankings which you would have achieved in the first this thing, but then we also had IGRUA. IGRUA was also not one of the best ranked performance, so we also had to introspect. We also had to see what best we can do so that the ranking of IGRUA also needs to improve. And I'm very proud to share that after that, it has been a total turnaround story for IGRUA, and it has achieved an average of 1765 flying hours per aircraft annually over the last 6 months, significantly higher than the global benchmark of approximately 1500. Because it felt very challenging for us that how do we shift the mindset at IGRUA. Because there were a lot of legacy problems for 20 years on, there was lot of challenges that it was facing. But within 1 year, when we also started to focus on that, when we also gave the priority of this ranking system to IGRUA, then we saw a huge turnaround in its story. And likewise, I feel that if you all try to take it in a positive stride, and you all try to see the why this whole ranking system has been brought in the first place, and take it very positively, you all also can see a very huge turnaround in your FTOs, and which is ultimately going to create a great standard for our country also in terms of training. So that is the aspiration that everyone has to carry. And one challenge that we also see is that our students, they sometimes prefer to go abroad, and there are multiple reasons for it. Could be the financial accessibility they have, or the number of hours it takes when they do it in certain countries, the speed at which they are able to do the flying hours, or could be any other reason. But I feel there is no aspect left where we should let this happen. We have so many bases here today, we have so many FTOs here today. No matter which part of the country you come from, you can find an FTO very close to your home, very easily accessible to the students. So there is no point in telling him that you have to go abroad to do it so that it is of your preference. So whatever standards they are finding it to be better in those countries or in those organizations when they are going outside to do it, we should actually match it in our home country itself. So as we go forward, we should tap into that market of the domestic students who are going outside and probably doing it in South Africa or New Zealand or USA. So we should ensure that that aspect is also given a lot of focus in our FTOs, so that we specifically cater for those people who feel that it is still better to do it outside. We actually give them that proper comparison and show them that it is good for them also to do the training inside the country. And like I said, there is going to be a huge need in the country. And this process of opening new FTOs is going to be also continuous. We are going to see how to open up more FTOs in the country. The vision is very clear. We are going to need a huge number in the future. So we are going to create huge number of FTOs also, catering for the domestic demand and the international demand. We are also going to see how better we have to include technology in this whole training process. So one thing is we have seen the app also, which has been released by AI. That was also another bottleneck in terms of completing those 20 hours and applying manually for permissions, having that constant communication and trying to see which is the best slot for your students, and then ensuring the students also follow up on that best slot. So now we have entirely digitized that process. So we have cut down a lot of time that it takes in engaging to find those best slots in those IFR airports, so that you can complete those 20 hours. So this is another addition where we are trying to utilize technology in ease of doing business for this whole FTO process. So we are going to see how more solutions like these can come up using technology, and your feedback also will be very important in that, so that we can facilitate for much better ease of doing business in our FTOs. And another important thing that I want to focus on before I end my speech is the safety itself. Last year and last to last year we have had certain incidents, and we have continuously tried to engage with the FTOs also, where we feel that some good oversight at the FTO itself, some robust mechanisms at the FTO itself could avoid a lot of things. So that is an expectation that we have on the FTOs, that you definitely have to reduce the number of incidents that are happening at the FTOs. Any kind of support that you need, we are there to fully support any kind of assistance that you need in terms of improving the safety aspects. Lot of the uncontrolled airfields where the FTOs are also operating, we are also discussing with the DGCA. We are also taking feedback from the industry on seeing how we can improve the standards there, in terms of how do we improve the facilities that are provided at these uncontrolled airstrips, and also how do we enhance the surveillance also. So these are, the safety should ultimately be the primary aspect for all of us. How do we enhance on that? How do we make it a standard so that some of the things which might slip off here and there are also addressed, and no incidents take place in our FTOs. That is why it was a very conscious decision that we have the negative marking also, because it has to, we felt that it has to be there at least for few years, where we set a culture. We set a culture where we ultimately see that safety should be the primary aspect, and from there everything else should flow upon. From there the admission should come in, from there you need to see how many aircrafts you need, from there you need to see how much you are charging. And then today, I think in the feedback that you will give, you will also have that the ATF price is also little challenging right now in the crisis that is happening. But we presently see it as a temporary crisis, and we will try to see if there is this crisis or this problem happening for a longer time, what kind of assistance that we can give. We will explore into that. But regarding the present scenario, I think we are all very watchful on it. We are all seeing which way it is going to progress. But ultimately, another aspect that we want to focus upon is how to reduce the cost it takes for a student to complete his CPL. I think that is where we need some very genuine feedback from you, because as you can have your financial numbers brought in by scale, but how each student, at each student level we have to bring down the cost that it takes for each CPL. I think that will be a great advantage or great support that we will be giving to our students who want to do. So we would require your feedback in that area also, how we can collectively work to reduce that aspect. And with this, I would like to congratulate all the 11 FTOs once again who are opening up their bases, and very soon I would want you to start working into whatever you need to do so that you open them very, very soon. And also the existing FTOs, I have interacted with very few. When I get these requests and I try to forward them to you, I have interacted with some of you. And I would like to appreciate all the efforts that you have put in till now, and whatever you are putting in. I see that most of the people have connection to the aviation background and who are very passionate about this industry and who want to extend what you have learned to many more brighter young students as you go forward. It is with that ambition and intention that you have started these FTOs. I want you to stick to that ambition, strengthen that ambition, and collectively that individual ambition that you have at that FTO, make it a collective ambition for the country. It is ultimately a great service that you are doing for the country also. Today, aviation, the sector has changed in its nature. Earlier it was a very exclusive sector. Today we are seeing the inclusiveness in the aviation sector thanks to the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Last 10 years itself, because of the UDAN scheme, we have seen a revolution in the aviation. We have become the third largest domestic market. Our ambition is to become the third largest aviation market. Our ambition is to create India as an aviation hub, both in terms of operations and also in terms of training and manufacturing. So we are looking at each and every vertical of aviation. And in all of this, we feel FTO plays a very, very strong role in itself. So our continuous focus and support is definitely going to be there. We are going to engage more and more with you. We want that commitment from you also in whatever our ambition is as a collectively as a nation. We want you to strongly participate in it, drive it, and achieve the targets that we have set for ourselves. So once again, congratulations to each and every one of you.